an agriculture family. We call it Alpine Agriculture Enterprise. It was not an enterprise, it was just a few cows and 10 hectares of steep land in the Alps of the Austrian the hilly area. And my cousin, who was a farmer as well, bigger farm, he was producing strawberries in high mountain, about 1,000 meters of strawberry production. He was harvesting strawberries in August, in September, when the other strawberries were already harvested. Beautiful strawberries. But the problem was harvesting and the disease management. So we came across a product which was invented in Austria at the research center, which was detecting precision or diseases based on weather conditions. And it was the first product, and then they were looking for a company to work and to develop this. So I volunteered, and my cousin and I found that company. That's back in 1983.
So you had 23 years old when you started?
Yes, I was 23 years old. And one thing's after another. So basically, we started disease prediction models for apples and strawberries. And then in the let's say mid 90s, we started to have also sprayer calibration equipment, which is come back again in the story about what is important for is to protect the plant properly from diseases and pests. And how to do that is with pesticides, with biologicals, as we are here at the AFBIM, where we talk about biologicals, and the biologicals are getting more and more important in the whole plant protection scheme. But it's also important is to apply the product in the right target, on the right target, so in the right quantity, in the right distribution. So in the mid-90s, we produced already sprayer calibration equipment, automatic systems where you test your spray. It's like a diff is, diff when the car is checked. So this is a diff for sprayers. And that's a successful business until I sold it in 2005, because it didn't go into our core business of decision support systems, weather data, and so forth. So I sold that business, but only last year it came back when we found a South African startup which is working on a new concept of how you can define the application rate of a plant. So how good your application and how much product and how much biological pesticides you have on the leaf, which absolutely is important to understand. Because with that, you can say, okay, if this is sufficient or it's not sufficient.
Today, I cannot conceive that how you manage it in 1983 without internet.
No, look, at that time we started, even the computers, farmers didn't have computers. So the first product we had was a data logger, which had a printer and a display. You could just log on that device. It was like a calculator with a touch screen. Even that was already modern at that time. But then you had a printout, and on the printout you could see how was the risk for that particular location on the staff or on how they need you and so on. But later, already in 2000, we brought the system on the internet. But the Internet of Things, the IoT, we really pioneered here in 2003. Back in 2003, there was no word for cloud. Cloud didn't exist. There was no iPhone invented yet. So at that time, we said, okay, we need to bring this data on the cloud. And because we had normal issues to bring the data into the computer, because dial-in modems at that time, you probably don't remember that anymore. But this was I was just watching recently a story about the product which is called the BlackBerry. The BlackBerry was the first smartphone in practice, not before the iPhone came or before the smartphone came. And I remember lots of the stories which they carried out the BlackBerry story, what happened to us in a smaller scale. We are not a company, but when we started in 2003, the Internet of Things, we just call it machine-to-machine communication. So we reversed the communication from the computer into the data logger, from the data logger into the computer via the cloud, and that revolutionized all the way we are getting the data nowadays. Nowadays, you open your mobile phone and you get your data. That's what it is. And now we're talking about mobile first. But at that time, we just said, okay, look, how we get the data to the farmer or to the computer without that the client has to dial in. So the data is always very fast. Yeah. And
Let's talk now about metals. And I've investigated a little bit about your product, and I have to admit that what I like the most, at least from one shop, I did not use it. But when I compare it with what is similar in the market, yours, I found it really much intuitive to use, much easier. And in terms of the cost, I did not make a big benchmark, but you are positioned really with a low cost for the grower.
yeah, we have.
If I saw one of your strengths, let's say from first one shop, but tell me you more about business position. What are the advantages of the metals? We can maybe even see it more closely.
Look, the first thing is, of course, we see that weather data is the most important factor for an outdoor farmer. Because weather affects everything. No? So either you have too much rain, too little rain, too hot, too cold. So the weather information is critical for farmers. So based on that data, you can then use everything from irrigation management, from frost protection, for nutrition, for the degree days, how is your growth working, what about your disease prevention. And of course, the farmer doesn't like to spend $10,000, cannot spend $10,000 for a weather station like that on meteorology, let's say, office. So we have to produce the devices at a lower price, still lasting. They expect that it lasts for 10 years or more. So we have our biggest strengths, I think, is we have not only that we say it lasts 10 years, we have what the clients they're using it. And so at the end of the day, we are not the lowest price company. You always find somebody from China or whatever.
Yeah, but
So
we prefer the quality.
Quality.
It's important because for me, when I see low, it's exactly with the low side for the. That's why I said. Yeah.
we are talking about the total cost of ownership. So that's something which where we're really. So at the end of the day, I think our product is the best. If you buy a weather station from us versus from one of our competitors, you can say us 10 years or more, and then you have quality device which lasts for plus 10 years, and it's a companion. And I've many farmers they say I don't know how I work with this before I.
So let's show it then closely. All the
Yeah.
instruments,
So
and you will explain us exactly also how it works.
yeah.
So imagine I'm the grower and you have to explain. I'm on your first training day.
Yes. Let me just get it right. So this is one of our, let's say, best-selling products. It's called the micrometer. So this unit consists of power supply using a battery and a solar panel. So it's completely independent from the power, from any external power source. It works 365 days, 24/7. So it works in hot, it works in cold. It then takes the data every 5 minutes and transmit it to the internet every 10 minutes. So you have almost real-time data. From the sensor point of view, it has, in this case, a radiation sensor which measures the evapotranspiration. It measures the temperature and humidity, like this in this radiation pad. It measures the wind speed and wind direction with this modern ultrasound wind sensor, no moving parts, very precise. and it measures the rainfall data with high resolution of 0.2 millimeters, and it measures also the leaf wetness. Leaf wetness are very important for the prediction of the diseases. The length of the leaf wetness period is dependent on the risk indexes. And apart from that, it also can measure soil temperature, soil moisture in the ground. That's the main weather station. And then we have a series of insect monitoring, because insect pest monitoring is super important as well. So we have developed a new type of camera system. We started to develop this also very early in the days. Back in 2011, we invested its first time in a company, in a startup for automatic insect detection. So basically, it's a camera. You can see here, in this case, this is the crop view, which has a wide-angle camera and also a zoom camera. So it can detect here, in this case, for the color trap, it can detect how many insects are flying onto this color trap. Here you can see, this is just an example. And then based on the picture, we send this picture to our server on the internet, in the cloud, have the artificial intelligence algorithm running on that server, and we can count, and we can also specify which insect has landed on that surface. And similar to the other insects, we have insects which used to be attracted by so-called pheromones. We have other insects which are attracted by some lure, which are evaporating, and they are smelling the lure, and they're coming in and think that there's food to it. And we have also growling insects, which are close to the ground, and the insects are growling up here on that ladder, basically. And they're coming in, and then we bring them into the camera here. And you can see here that camera is taking the picture, and underneath you have your lure, and it sends see the data like it is. That's the insect pest monitoring. With that, we have also mobile app, and this mobile app is running on the mobile phone. And basically, you use traditional traps when you walk out the field for scouting and so forth. You go and take a picture of your traditional trap, and the rest is the same. So you take the picture, the picture is transmitted to our server, and from our server comes back. So you have a real 365 degrees concept for pest management.
Okay, this plate here, it will stick them or not? So it doesn't have any pheromone, so it will be a sticky plate.
Sticky plate.
Do you work with other companies for the pheromones products?
Yeah. We have absolutely. We are completely open to work with any company in the pheromone business. We're not doing any pheromones, so actually our business is instrumentation, software, and decision support system. But of course, for us, it's very important also to work with the weather forecast, and for the weather forecast, we operate with a Swiss company called Meteo Blue. It's this company here. They are giving us a daily forecast, an hourly forecast on what's going on in the next 14 days. But with our weather stations, we can then fine-tune this, because we are exchanging the data and bring the data really into the grid level of 1 by 1 kilometer, which is really the best of the best for this, the weather forecast.
The combination with Meteo Blue, in what countries are you present?
Worldwide. So Meteo Blue can provide us worldwide in the weather forecast. It goes in an hourly increment, and then of course it goes up to 14 days advance. But they also provide you a history of the last 30 years of data. So if I'm looking for risk indexes, or I can look into, let's say, where I deploy my weather station, I can also get the weather information from the history, and say, okay, the best location for that weather station is here, and here.
Okay. This is very helpful for the grower. And tell me about the new machine.
This device is something which closes the circle of prediction of disease, telling when to spray and what is the pesticide or the biological to be used. And with this device called Cropside and the software is called Leaf Lab, is looking for the quality of the spray coverage. So basically what you do is you use water, put in a so-called UV tracer, and you spray a few trees, and then you collect the leaves and put this into the leaf lab. Here, just take the leaves, put this into the leaf lab, close the black box, connect it with the power, and then you can see immediately with a mobile phone. You have an app on the mobile phone. Take the pictures on the mobile phone, and then it gives you an application quality assessment. And this helps you to understand if I have enough products or biological on that crop. And this closes a circle because this is something which is really often uncertain. How good is my quality of the spray? The person who invented this, a South African designer of sprayers, he was teaming up at this development with a young chap of an app developer because he knew that the problem of the quality assessment is existing, but he didn't have the know-how how to develop an app, which makes it very, very easy and transparent for the farmer to understand clear what's going on in his spray program. Yeah, and as I said, that's something which a farmer can use right away. Just testing the sprayer whenever, let's say, he uses a new product, takes him 20 minutes to test the sprayer, and this saves him a lot of grief, lots of issues because he knows how good the spray coverage is.
Okay, so Gottfried, tell me also about this nice tiny machine. What is it doing?
This is a device which is called Dualix, and it's measuring the nitrogen and the chlorophyll of the leaf of the crop. So it's very simple. I just take a leaf in, make the automatic calibration. Then I just put this leaf back in, and it automatically gives me the nitrogen balance index. So now you see, I get the nitrogen balance index of that leaf, which means direct nitrogen, chlorophyll, flavonoids, and anthocyans, and the GPS position. So this helps you to better understand the need of a plant, of an area, of a field, how much nitrogen or nitrate is needed in order to have the optimal growth conditions. And it's portable. You have it in the bucket, and just take it out when you need it. You use it in combination with drone data, with data from Sentinel or from Planet, and this is just the ground truthing of that data from the field.
To conclude, if you will give 3 reasons to the grower in using your technology, why the grower should use yours?
3 reasons. I think, first of all, we have the legacy to have a very quality product, so the client can trust on the quality of the data, because the foundation of all the models is good data. If I have a shaky data set, my prediction models are not precise enough, so that's number 1. Number 2, I think, is we are a completely unbiased company, so if you trust that the data is safe with us, we give you independent, let's say, data advisory service with our software. And number 4, I think you can always expect that we are at the cutting edge of technology. So when you go with us in 20 years, hopefully we are still having the best product on the market.
And another last point, Gottfried, what is inspiring me to you, it's your perseverance. You started at 23 to build Pessl Instruments, which owns your name, actually. You are still the CEO of Pessl Instruments. Tell me your journey as an entrepreneur.
Look, a journey of 40 years entrepreneurship is sometimes a really rough one, and you don't have always all the time sunshine like in all your life journey, no? So most important is, I think, is the persistence. So you see your goals and you don't lose focus on your journey. So stick on your goals, stick on what you believe in, and then you will succeed.
Thank you. So here we are from ABM. This was our message. Thank you for watching. And don't forget, if you need Gottfried, if you need Pessl Instruments, you know where you can find me.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, see you later.